At the Northside Branch of the Atlanta Fulton Public Library, you'll notice the front has a little spice added to it. Compendium's Darryl Lassiter got the recipe.
A new sculpture is now in place at the Northside Branch Library. It was funded from the 1985 bond referendum allocated for renovations of all Atlanta Fulton County libraries. 1% of the bond was designated for the arts. A competition was held throughout the county and 4 art consultants were chosen. The libraries to receive art were divided among the 4, and for Northside, Dorothy McCrae was chosen.
I have done 4 libraries, large libraries, and 3 of the mini libraries, and some of those are still in progress. So my role then was to study this site, to look at what I felt would be appropriate art for this particular library, and to work with the art committee of the library, who actually made the final decisions between several things that were presented. And I presented the work of Ted Chatham, who is the sculptor that was chosen.
Ted Chatham, a sculptor of 20 years, spent a few weeks planting this sculpture at the front of the library. He says he came about the conceptualization of the sculpture from just drawing it up in his mind and then drawing it up by bits and pieces on paper.
I generally tend to work a lot of times starting from scratch with models with very loose concepts either on paper or in my mind, and go directly to a model form. And then if I need to do construction drawings, I'll derive those from the model, which is backwards from the way a lot of people work.
Chatham will also do some 20 by 24 drawings to be displayed inside the library. And how long did it take to complete this marvelous piece of work?
Oh, I don't know. It probably evolved over maybe the space of a week. You know, I started out with a couple of basic concepts. I did the arch form first and then started working other elements with that, so that was really the thing that defined everything else, and then worked on the shape of the base and then worked on the inlay. So it was sort of an evolutionary thing, but it really started with the arch first because I'd done another small model along those same lines.
When completed, this sculpture's base will be 12.5 feet long and 8.5 feet wide. The arch will be 10 feet high and 6 feet wide. The brass tubes are 6 inches in diameter, with the longest being 14 inches. The brass tiles are 12 inches squared. For Compendium, I'm Darryl D. Lassiter.